Well, good morning. It's Rich here. We are back on the Suffolk Crunch. We have landed back from Swansea. It's about 5 past midnight. I've got to be at work at 4:30 in the morning, but I thought I'd jump on a live and give you my thoughts on today's game. Swansea 1, Ipswich Town 4 at the Liberty.com Stadium. Firstly, we will go for 200 likes on this video. If you are new here and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button as we're looking to get to 9,000. Jack is in the house. How was Norwich? Hope it was good. We'll be here for about 15 minutes. I'm going to do a quick 15-minute and then get 15 minutes and then get to bed. Adam's here. Top work. Hope you're still wearing your Crocs. Paul Carr is in the house. 200 likes. Hit subscribe. Turn on your notifications bell and head over to the Badge Shirt Club website, who sponsor the channel, to get your bucket hats, your shirts, and your jackets. Christmas party season is coming. Use the code TSC30 at the checkout. The final whistle. Jack says 2-1 win over the Canaries, and you put the final nail in Liam Manning's coffin. And your gaffer stays for a few more weeks, I think, Jack. We will talk about that at a later date. Right, so let's get into the game. Let's get into the lineup. 6 changes for McKenna. As we went with Christian Walton in goal. Super Christian Walton in goal. We'll come to him and his big save. Darnell Furlong at right back. Dar O'Shea. Jacob Greaves back in the team at centre-half, replacing Cedric Kitbray. Leif Davis back at left back, Matasiwa and Jack Taylor, who came back in the midfield holders. Nunes was back in the 10. Casey McAteer was on the right-hand side. Jack Clark was on the left, and Big George Hurst was leading the line. The Tinkerman, Adam, the Tinkerman was at work. But like he says, when you win, no one really talks about that. If the result had gone against us, everyone would have been talking about Kieran's lineup and why he made so many changes. There'd have been 4 changes there for me anyway that were nailed on, really. Davis was always going to play if he's fit. Jack Taylor was going to come back in. I think Nunes was always going to come back in. And I think Jack Clark was going to come in on the left-hand side because I think he deserves a start. Finch's Rest Cemetery says, how did Greaves do? Didn't see him coming back in unless in Leaf's place. I thought he had a decent game today. Solid game at the back. Not really a lot to do. I think if you look at the first half overall, Town were pretty much in control. Leicester, talking about Leicester, Jack's in the chat. Swansea had only 2 touches of the ball in the Town penalty area in the first half. So that tells a story, really. We were pretty much in control without really ever pushing home that advantage until Jack Clark scores the goal. Great strike. Dar O'Shea wins the ball, recovers it, and then Jack Clark runs, beats one challenge. I think he's about 25 yards out and just bends it right-footed. Typical Jack Clark goal, I would say, if you've seen his work when he was at Sunderland. I mean, you got to stop him on that right foot. Aid Cooper says, as much as I'm not a fan, squads win things, teams don't. Yeah. Kev Hansen says, wonder if Burgess built himself up that much that he didn't expect that kind of attack from his old mates. We will come on to him. If you say Casper, I like and subscribe. There you go, Casper. Hit subscribe. Thank you very much. We try to get to 9,000. So if you know anyone, Town fans, send them over this way. It's free. So went in at 1-0 at half time. I thought we had some good positions. McAteer got in some good positions. I think the referee was pretty card happy. Booked 4 of theirs. Also booked Nunes for not retreating. The number 14, don't know what his name was. Wasn't really paying that much attention to the Swansea players, if I'm honest. He was lucky he didn't get a second yellow on half time when he dragged back McAteer. I think it was one of them ones, if he hadn't got a yellow, I think he gets a yellow card there and he sort of gets away with it. Went down at half time speaking to Colin, sat next to Colin today. Shout out to Colin and Ian. They come down on the train. And I said to them too, it's all about the start of the second half. Town are very slow sometimes out the blocks. We need to take control of the game, put the game to bed. Well, lo and behold, about 6 minutes in, I think it's a decent goal from them down our right-hand side. The cross comes in, missed kick by one of their players, and then it's slotted home 1-1. And then you're thinking, here we go again. I mean, the crowd was really quiet. Sheehan made 2 changes for them at half-time. I think he changed their shape as well. And it was probably what we didn't need to happen. So 1-1. And then they're on top when we get our second goal. And I was listening to Alan Sheehan's interview afterwards about the amount of times that they'd turned the ball over in the second half. And they turn it over here again. Georgia slips in. Leif Davis on the left. At the time, we all think it's a Leif goal and he's got his first goal of the season, but it's in fact a Cameron Burgess own goal. I think Leif's trying to cross it. Jack Clark was unmarked at the back post, deflects in, past their goalkeeper. He's got no chance, and then it's 2-1. And then we're back in control in the game. But the crucial moment for me is the Christian Walton save from, I think it's Cabango, the number 5, header from a free kick from the right-hand side. He's got no right to save it, palms it onto the post, gets a little bit of luck, rolls across the line and Town clear it. But it's a fantastic save, and it's one of them moments in a game where it could have been 2-2. It's changed the game, and it's still 2-1 to Town. Then we make some subs. Philogene comes on, Azon comes on up top, and Jens Kajust in the midfield. Jack Taylor just got a yellow card, so I don't know if that maybe had something to do with that, possibly. But Azon goes up top. Clark shifts to the right-hand side. I thought Jack Clark was excellent today. We'll get into who I thought was man of the match in a little bit. And then we scored the third goal from a Nunez corner. Great header by Darrow O'Shea. It's a very good save by the goalkeeper. He's a little bit unlucky. Flips up in the air. Azon's there to nod it in. Scores his first goal for Town. Really pleased for him. I'd give him a bit of stick in the week because he'd missed some chances, but he's Johnny on the spot there. And he's got himself his first goal. He's off the mark, and let's hope that he can add some more to that total. So I think you could see how happy everyone was, and at the end he done the fist pump, and Kieran looked delighted. He gave him a big hug, and you think, yeah, he's worked hard. He's probably deserved his goal. Missed some chances, obviously, but he's there. He's nodded it in. It's 3-1 to Town, and it's sort of game, set and match. And then the fourth goal comes. Ball played down. Their right back side, Kajus makes the run, crosses it in. Burgess is unlucky. He's got to do something there. Attempts to clear it. And it goes into the net. Nunez is behind him. He would have tapped it in for a goal, which I like with Nunez. He's getting ahead of the striker. He's getting in the box there. Thought he had another really, really solid performance today. Ian's in. Good evening. Good morning. It is morning now. Great result today. Come on, you Blues. Aid says, and looked like another fantastic away sport. We had the whole end. There was well over 2,000 there. A long way to travel. A lot of travelling from wherever you're coming from today. But yeah, it's been a long, long day. I think I left the house at about 6:15 this morning and got back in just before midnight. So a lot of travelling. Shout out to Craig who drove us today. Drove to Lakeside, parked down there, and then he picked us up. So shout out to him. But yeah, 4-1 to Town. The third goal, their fans cleared out. It was one of them ones where they'd had enough. And then we got the fourth. The manager was getting a little bit of stick at the end from their fans, and all is not happy down that way. But we come away happy. It's another 3 points in the bag for Town. We climb up to 7th, 6 points off. Second place with a game in hand. Obviously, good win for Cov today away at Stoke. Borough back up to second. Obviously, Rob Edwards is jumping ship to Wolves. So big result for them today at home to Birmingham. Hull are up there. They won 3-2 against, I think it was Pompey they played. Derby County. I mean, on a great run at the minute. 5 wins for them under John Eustace. So they're looking strong. Obviously, Norwich, another defeat, 2-1 away at Leicester City. Late winner there for the Foxes. And that was the end. That was all she wrote for Liam Manning. He got sacked he was out the door. And who will be next? Michael Carrick. He's in the running. I've heard his name mentioned. Stuart Isaac says, changes worked. I wonder what would have happened if we did not win. Moaners would have started. Well, you just got to trust the manager. Norwich losing to an injury time goal for 8 defeats, mate. I see a stat today, Finch's Red Cemetery, when I was coming home. First time, I think, ever in the second tier that a team has lost 7 of their first 7 league games at home. So, unlucky for them. Yeah, look, I thought I'd jump on, do a little bit of a live. I'll probably stay for another 5 minutes, but something out there for your morning if you're waking up and you're looking for a bit of town content. There's plenty out there, but I thought I'd just do a live video, mate, and then get my head down. Just a few thoughts while they're fresh in my mind. And I can never really switch off and sleep after a game straight away, so I thought I might as well come in, have a cuppa, do a little live, and then get it out there, and then people can watch it and they can like it, and hopefully lots of people will comment. Where are you, Aid? Where are you in the world? Yeah, hit the like button. We're going for 200 likes. If you're watching, there's only 24 in. I just never know who's going to be about this time of night. Finch's Rest Cemetery, I have concerns with rotation, but it gets minutes in the legs for all the squad. I get Kieran's wants to utilise everybody and he wants to keep everyone involved. Loads of games coming up. I mean, after the break, I think it's 12 games in about 40 odd days, which is, there's obviously the Wrexham game, and then we've got 3 away games on the bounce, so he'll use that rotation there, no doubt. But we've got a big squad, we've got to utilise it, and we've got to use it to our advantage. You know, now coming up to Christmas, we're just sort of just sitting in 7th, you know, just quietly going about our business, quietly building. If we can just sort of hang around there, don't sort of go under the radar a little bit. As was it Paul Lambert used to say, we are the hunter, not the hunted. It could work in our favour. Adam says, good time for an international break. Not too many away, few days off and rest time, and back to the training, getting ready for the next run of games. Yeah, I mean, there's no break now until March. So there's going to be plenty of football. We're going to want everybody fit. It obviously gives them injured players like Smodics. Wes Burns, obviously going to be back after the international break. Hopefully he's back in full contact training now, so that's another player to add to the squad. So JH132, I thought McAteer was all right today. I thought it's a hard one for him because he comes in and people are always judging him, aren't they? I thought he had a solid game, done his work, put a few crosses in. Maybe he could work on his crossing. But he was unlucky with one. He just in the second half at 1-1 from a corner. He's tried to hook it in, and he just can't keep it down because he's quite close in. But I thought he'd done okay. I just thought no criticism for anybody today. I mean, Walton didn't have a lot to do. He's done one fantastic save, and you could say that's gone a long way to getting the 3 points for Town, because obviously goes back to 2-2. It throws the game right up in the air. Back 4, pretty steady. I thought Greaves had a good game. O'Shea, they weren't under much pressure today, to be fair. Swansea never really, other than that 10 minutes, didn't really offer a lot. Leaf done well. It's great to have Leaf back. I didn't think he'd play. I thought the way McKenna spoke about in his press conference on Thursday, he was touch and go. I thought with obviously the international break, he might obviously be rested and then come back after that, but he made a massive difference on that left-hand side. Finch's Rest Cemetery, we are ticking over well until we are fully fit, until we fully lift the anchor on HMS Pistol League in January. Well, Coventry had flying. There is no doubt about that. But other than them, I don't see anything in this league to be frightened of. And not frightened of Coventry. I mean, we've got to play them twice in December, in probably 6 games apart. So there's a chance there, you know, maybe a win and a draw, maybe 2 wins. No one knows what's happening in a month's time. They might have some injuries. We might have some injuries. So we just got as the boring old adage goes, we've just got to take one game at a time. And I think at the minute, we're ticking along. We'd have all liked to have won that Watford game the other night. I know it was a bit frustrating, but it's a 7-point week, and we're in pretty good shape as we go into this final international break. Into the midfield for Jack Taylor again, excellent. Gives you the legs in there. I think he does a little bit of everything. He can break up play. He can get forward. He can pass the ball. Yeah, he's for me. It's probably his 3 best games he's had in these last 4, and he's really given McKenna a big headache now because I think he stays in the team. Obviously, no game for 2 weeks. So I thought he sticks with him for Wrexham, but you need all these options. You know, you've got Cajuste coming off the bench, so whoever plays McKenna, we've just got to trust him on that one. But I think Jack Taylor plays in the next game. Kev Hansen said, I said 15 points from 10 games starting with QPR, ends with Leicester, 10th game. We have 7 points already in this run, so I think 20 points now. 22 is a possibility. Aid says, so many options in midfield now makes so much difference. So, yeah, Matasiwu again. He picked up another booking right in the end, which is a bit frustrating. I think that takes him to 6. I spoke about Jack Clark before. I thought he was man of the match. I thought he was excellent. For me, he influences the game more than Philogene. Philogene scores some absolute screamers, but I don't think he offers as much as Jack Clark does. You can agree, you can disagree, but that's just what I think. Nunes in the 10, I like him there. He sort of drifts in that little space, then pockets, plays on the half turn, always gets his head up. He can pick a pass. And like I said, he was in there for that 4th goal behind Burgess. If Burgess missed that, he's in there to slot that home. So I like what I see of him. Spoke about McAteer, thought he was good. George Hurst didn't get a goal today, but I thought in general he was pretty good. And then obviously you got your subs coming on. Azon gets his first goal. Kajus gets an assist. And then obviously later on we brought on Ben Johnson and Akpom. Be nice to see Akpom get off the mark soon. Obviously it's probably frustrating. It probably plays on your mind a little bit when you haven't scored. But hopefully Tuba gets a goal somewhere along the line. But yeah, all in all, long old day, a lot of travelling. But yeah, I think we're all happy with the 3 points. Back-to-back 4-1 victories, you know, like London buses, them away wins. We didn't get one for a while. Now we've got 2 in a week, 2 4-1 victories. So we're all happy. Yeah, before I go, Aid, yeah, I think we're going for a quality 9 in January. I think we still need one. Obviously, I think we got 4 right backs in the squad. I think we could easily lose one of them on loan, possibly. Might be a Harry Clark go out. You've got Baggett there, who's not getting any football. You've got Cam Humphreys, who's not getting any football. So there's 3 places that you could utilise in the squad immediately. Craig from Winchester says, winning all the last ones of the 3 game weeks this season so far, showing the rotation benefits. And I think it's always good, Craig, that you go into that break on a win. You don't want to stew and sit on a draw or a poor defeat. So it's good to win. You get 2 weeks to recharge your batteries. Stuart Isaacs, Philogene scores great goals, but falls down too much and drifts out of the game. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I think Jack Clark, I think he's a better player. That's just my personal opinion. And but yeah, that's basically about it for today. 4-1 up to 7th. Only sort of little bit of a blot on the copybook was the after half time. Come out, start a little bit quicker, I'd say, Town. And we always, that first chance that they had, they score. You know, last weekend we're in control against QPR. First chance they have, they score. So we've got to just cut that out. Try and let's keep some clean sheets because we're starting to score the goals in. And if you keep clean sheets, you're going to win a lot of football matches. You know, we've only kept 2, I think, so far all season. So it'd be good. Hopefully starting with Wrexham. But obviously we'll see Brody and we'll see Kiefer Moore back at Town. So looking forward to that in a couple of weeks. But thank you for watching, everybody that's tuned in early on this Sunday morning. If you're watching back, get involved in the comments. What did you think of the Town performance? who's your man of the match, etc., etc. Hit the like button. We're going for 200 likes on this video, and also, like I say, trying to get to 9,000 subscribers. So if you don't subscribe and you like what we do here, just hit that subscribe button. It's totally free, and you don't have to be a Town fan to join in the content. I'll just like chatting football. So anyway, cheers for watching, everybody. I'm going to finish my cup of tea, head to bed, and then my alarm's going off about 3:45. So can't wait for that, but I'll be waking up happy, bouncing out of bed with Town with another away win and another 4 goals. Cheers for watching, guys, and international break, so we'll have a little bit of a quiet time on the channel. If anything happens at Town, I'll drop a video. Make sure you turn on your notifications bell so you catch all the latest Ipswich Town news. Anyway, cheers for watching, and see you all soon.